Let's see here. Is this thing on? Yeah. Hasn't been a while. Yeah, looks like it's working. All right. Hey there, Mission Control. Been a long time, hasn't it? Well, if you've been following along the channel for a while, you know I'm actually standing on the site of where Hab 1 used to be. And behind me is the digester area. And we're gonna kind of start doing some work out here again. What we need to get started with now, because essentially I've completed all my analysis, is prepping the site so we can actually start doing some build. You'll notice it's a little cold, and well, you probably won't notice that on the camera, but it is cold, and it's white out here. All I can say is God has been really good to us this year. The winter here in the Pacific Northwest has been very nice, meaning there's not been a lot of snow, which I need so I can start getting some stuff done before the snow does get here. What do we need to do? Well, in this video, we're going to start off with the fact that I actually want to build a deck over the top of the digester area, kind of semi-temporary, I guess, if you will, deck, because we're going to be putting up a tent, a work tent here. We've got the power over there that's currently turned off. I want to get it all kind of enclosed, and then we need to have some power source out here as well as a walk-on deck that we can put this tent onto, which allows us to keep our tools out here rather than having to shuttle back and forth all the time up to the barn. So today what I want to start doing is taking some measurements, kind of getting my initial design put together, which is I'm going to try to reuse material from Hab 1, so I'm trying to keep as much money in the bank for the build of the actual unit, which we're going to share with you starting in about January, third week in January, I think, is what we're going to be shooting for, somewhere right around there. Won't probably be exactly the third week, but somewhere right in there, towards the end of January. You'll start seeing the actual build, and kind of the guess that you have is which one are we going to build, the mobile version or the permanent version first. We got to get a platform built, we got to get the tent up, and we got to get tools coming in because we have a lot of work to do. So instead of sitting here talking, let's get to work. All right, so let's go over. I've just been taking some measurements. I want to kind of go over and look at our wood pile, look at our supplies here. So I'm not a carpenter, and I'm not trying to tell people how to do things. What I'm going to do is use the money we invested over here in these railroad ties. I'm going to use those as a base. That's my plan. And I got a bunch of lumber up at the barn that we took out of Hab 1 that I intend to use to create a deck. And then, if everything goes the way I want, we're going to take some of the flooring that we have and we're going to use that to create the initial flooring, and that'll be good enough for this winter. So I'm going to start moving some of these ties over, and I'm going to have to level them all out. But that's the game plan. That's what we're trying to do. Hey, and by the way, I am really out of practice on YouTube, so be nice to me on these first ones. I've got to get back in the game here. So the video might be a little rough, but I'll continue to get better. I'll try to get back up to my old game where I used to be doing pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to start moving these, and we'll see how it all looks. Okay, so I've been able to get the foundation put in, which is essentially, I had just enough railroad ties to do the job. So you see I had the ones on the outside, the middle, and the far side. I got them all trued up to each other relative to the fence, so everything's going to be parallel, the right distances and everything. I think it's going to work out for what I need. Certainly, again, I'm not a carpenter. I would not suggest that, this is how you want to go about building things. The reason I'm doing it this way is, one, I have the materials. We need every dollar we can to actually build the Phoenix. So going to reuse everything and reuse the lumber that we have from Hab 1, and which I'm going to start working on here next. But I think this is a good place to stop this video. Got the foundation put in. The next time you see us, we'll get the decks all built and then start putting the top on that and hopefully get a tent up before the weather turns. Really thank everyone, 28,000 subscribers, for sticking around with The Real Martian. This is pretty much it. We're kicking off the build here with this series, so you're going to see a lot more stuff coming up, so definitely stay tuned. Really appreciate everyone sticking with us through everything. Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, the day of our Lord being born, so that's pretty awesome. Always great to celebrate that. Hope you and your family and your friends had a wonderful Christmas, and looking forward to New Year's. So, we're on the roll now. Time to work. Gonna get out of the office, start doing some more stuff. I do have to go back to the office and do a lot more design work and everything, but the build is beginning. So we've got some new tools coming. It's gonna be cool. This is gonna be really neat, and we're gonna be doing it in the winter. Oh, you might be wondering why we're doing it in the winter. It's because that's just, we have to. We got investors that need to see what we're building, what we've designed. We're on a time crunch. We need to get it done. So it'd be great if we could just wait for spring, but that is not an option. So we've got to work through winter. Anyway, all right, that's it for this video. See you in the next one. We're building the frame for the deck. Really appreciate you following along. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Patreon. Always appreciate that. And don't forget to check out my wife's blog at theblossomingtable.com. You can also go to eatinggrowsystems.com and see kind of what we're up to there. Thanks, everybody. This is The Real Martian. Out.